before 5 minutes before the first class started. Oh shit, I'm a teacher now. I didn't know that.
Are you a person who needs like order in his life, or are you a chaotic person?
I was.
Is CA genuinely hard, or have we as an industry, as a community, collectively decided that it is hard and we have built this narrative around it?
From the days when I was a student, I've been very clear. I've understood this very clear. CA is not rocket science.
Is there someone who believed in you in your journey before you believed in yourself?
Of course,
What does Venkat look like when he's having a terrible day?
probably in a chat shop.
Being a startup founder, now that you are, it is obviously in its early stages and the money is obviously lean. But what is that one thing that you spend money on without any guilt?
What is the last thing that you watched on YouTube or Instagram Reels which is not CA related or business related?
Okay, if I have to say that today's date is May 5, so it'll be Vijay. Before 5 minutes before the first class started. Oh shit, I'm a teacher now. I didn't know that.
Are you a person who needs like order in his life, or are you a chaotic person?
I was.
Is CA genuinely hard, or have we as an industry, as a community, collectively decided that it is hard and we have built this narrative around it?
From the days when I was a student, I've been very clear. I've understood this very clear. CA is not rocket science.
Is there someone who believed in you in your journey before you believed in yourself?
Of course,
What does Venkat look like when he's having a terrible day?
probably in a chat shop.
Being a startup founder, now that you are, it is obviously in its early stages and the money is obviously lean. But what is that one thing that you spend money on without any guilt?
What is the last thing that you watched on YouTube or Instagram Reels which is not CA related or business related?
Okay, if I have to say that today's date is May 5, so it'll be Vijay.
Most people quit when they fail once. CA journey is filled with many such people. But this guy, he failed, pivoted paths, failed at that too, came back, cleared CA, and is now building a platform where 300 plus students trust his vision. This is that story, the story of CAK Venkataramanan. Hi Venkat.
Hi Amrita, how are you?
I'm good.
Thank you so much for the introduction. Nice to remember all the path that I've come through. But very nice introduction. Thank you so much.
Okay. So today we are trying to know the person behind the founder.
Okay.
So what does your morning look like? Once you wake up, do you immediately grab your phone? Trying to put down fires?
Technically, I don't put down fires these days. It's almost set. I just wake up and just check if the morning class went well, which means I don't wake up at 6. Obviously, I wake up around 8-ish. That's the right time that I wake up around. That's okay for if I sleep at 1, it's going to be fine, right? So I wake up and check whether the class went well. Then I don't go through the messages. Almost how to not get a reply is text me in the morning. Just get lost the message. I'll just be scanning for something that is like an SOS or something. After that, I'll just start and come to the office. That's how things go.
So you do grab your phone immediately the first thing because that's the founder's curse.
Yeah, it's just a bit, you just have to be sure, right? I just want reassurance in the first day in the morning. And almost there has never been a fire that I need to put out. So either if there was a fire, that would have already been put
handled
out, and before I could get to it, it's handled. So that's how these days goes.
Fair. What is the last thing that you watched on YouTube or Instagram Reels which is not CA related or business related?
Okay, if I have to say that today's date is May 5, so it'll be Vijay. That's the last thing that I watched. Basically, election updates, election results, and how's he going to form the government, and how are they exiting and everything. That's what I've been watching.
What is one controversial opinion that you have which many people in your circle would disagree with?
Sometimes there are set rules, right? Rules in the sense people say this cannot be done or this is not possible. Sometimes I think it is possible. Most things that are not possible, if you actually try once more or it is possible. That is what I feel. Sometimes just because someone else was not able to do it, it does not mean I cannot do it or you cannot do it, or it's something like that, right?
Fair.
Almost it's just based on past sample data. It's not like it cannot be done in the future, something like that.
True.
But you cannot fly right now. But there are things that are humanly possible are actually possible.
Very true. People actually tend to give up before even giving it a actual shot.
Okay.
So
Coming
this
from the recent example, even people told Vijay is going to get 5 votes, 10 votes, like 5 seats, 10 seats. He's now
What
the
happened?
freaking chief minister.
Exactly.
So it's not like you have to, sometimes you don't have to go by traditional paths or stereotypical paths.
True.
Regular paths, for another example, where I can correlate myself is almost every other academy was started by a teacher who was teaching in another academy who just quit the other academy and came here. Almost you can count all the academies. But for the record, honestly, I've never taught anywhere else. Not even like a seminar or anything. The first time I was teaching was, I actually recognized that only before 5 minutes before the first class started. Oh shit, I'm a teacher now. I didn't know that. I just wanted to solve problems. So the first time I was also teaching was in my own setup, and it wasn't with another academy, right? I didn't need the experience. I just had to get things done. So but if you had asked somebody, or if I had asked somebody else, like who are in the industry and everything, what they would have told us, get some teaching experience and blah, blah, blah things, right?
Yeah, very hard.
Yeah, but right now I'm able to, we are wherever we are. So probably you don't have to stick to the stereotypical rules or
The rule book.
how
Exactly.
things are supposed to be done.
Exactly.
It just has to be done. It's not be just
It just has to be done. Correct.
simple as that.
There's no set path or set
Yeah.
rule book.
So I don't believe in that. Like you should be doing. I agree. There is a system, or you cannot jump to do things, but it's not the only way. Is what I believe. It is possible to do it faster or better.
Correct. Okay. Are you like a very are you a person who needs like order in his life, or are you a chaotic person?
I was both. Okay. Back in the day when I was transitioning from student to like an entrepreneur or whatever, there is this tool called Notion. I think you know Notion, right? Almost everything in my life, whatever I do, is going to be there in Notion. I still have that Notion. It's just a reminder to myself that it does not have to be that orderly. What that did was like I had to have everything in order, but it is just not that way, right? There is so much uncertainty in whatever we do. Technically, I cannot plan more than half a day. I can only block, like if I'm going to work 12 hours or 10 hours today, I can only block 4 to 5 hours.
Correct.
It's almost the way for everyone almost.
Correct.
For most people, they cannot block even that. On few days, I can't even block a hour in my day. That this is something that I have to do. So if I had to like go by order, it was not going to work out. And that I had that change in my mind only when I did CA final. Like I had the best plan ever, but it did not work out because doing that was very difficult. So if day one I flopped, I have to like change the plan or stop executing it all. But instead, what I started doing was I planned only for one day. Like for today, what will I be able to do today? That also I did not plan the before night. I planned it only at 8:30 what I'm going to do from 9 o'clock. Because that is under my control. That cannot go loose, or that is not extremely delusional, right?
Correct.
If I plan the other night, I can plan for 4 a.m., 6 a.m. and the chances of that happening is bleak. But at 8:30, I can plan for the entire day. I have it under my control, and even if I complete something earlier today, I can take up something now itself. So I need a flexible plan. So at this stage of my life, and most people, when they are in action mode, I think they cannot have too much order. But I do need order. We have SOPs at office. Almost every other task is getting into a repeatable process. Class is extremely SOP stuff is what the class is right now. So we do need system, but at what stage and where? It does not have to completely be a system dominated place. You need to have that gap to get things done easily.
Agreed. This is actually very new because I've heard people going from chaos to order because they could not sort their lives.
Yeah,
you went
it's
from order to chaos.
Yeah, extremely perfectionism is going to be, it's going to slow you down or at least think that you cannot do it. I just want to just get it done. That's
Yeah,
the
exactly.
only thing I have in mind.
Action is better than
Yeah, planning
a
and
million
everything.
plans in your head.
There is this quote, right? If you plan, you've done half that stuff. I don't at all agree with any of that. Planning is just 5%. Okay, you have to plan daily. You have to track and reflect on it daily. It's a marathon. Anything you do with CA final or CA intermediate, it's a marathon. You need the 3 months, 4 months, right? So
Exactly.
planning is not going to be one day. It has to be on a daily basis. What are you going to do today? What did you do today? Based on what you
Micro-planning.
did, yeah. And you have to have I used to have 3 sessions a day, 3 halves of the day.
Okay.
Okay. So if I failed in half one, I have the chance to succeed in half two.
Exactly.
If I took it only as a 14-day plan, if I failed in day one, the only chance I have to succeed is in day 15. So if I just did in 3 sessions and one day, I can come back even today itself. But if it was a 15-day plan or whatever, it's going to take you time. So even our planner, right, you will only see day wise. There will never be a month wise segment or do this for the next 90 days. It will only be day wise because that's how things go. People have, what is the plan? Just study. That's the entire point, right?
Being a startup founder, now that you are, it is obviously in its early stages and the money is obviously lean. But what is that one thing that you spend money on without any guilt?
Okay, it's as simple as that. Getting people, my friends, family, food, things to buy, the small things, going on a small trip with family, or instead of a free darshan, we can go on 100 rupees darshan for a temple or something like that. Those are things, and of course, there is, our team gets Saturday good lunch. We go out on a monthly lunch or anything with the team, and I don't think twice or think once even for food or just keeping people happier.
So the people around you matter.
Yeah, that's
So
the.
you don't
I still don't think
mind
that.
spending on
Yeah, that is not going to be a lever or that is not going to stop us from anything.
That's very sweet. Many people don't do that actually, but that's actually very sweet.
Yeah, we have to budget, but it's not going to be extreme. The people I'm around with are fair. They are not going to just because I'm ready to spend or I don't mind. They're not going to milk me for every
Fair,
penny. They are fair and they are reasonable. So if it's fair, reasonable, and it makes them happy, so I don't mind.
Correct.
Without conditions and everything, right?
Is CA genuinely hard, or have we as an industry, as a community, collectively decided that it is hard and we have built this narrative around it?
From day one or from the days when I was a student, I've been very clear, or I've understood this very clear. CA is not rocket science. If you just spend enough time focused to just understand the concept and master it, you are going to master it. There is no topic in CA that you will never be able to master it if with given time or resources. You have YouTube, you have the AI tools, you have everything. You just have to dedicatedly, devotionally spend the focus time on something and you can master it. That is the biggest bottleneck, or that is something that people are not doing and feeling it is hard. CA is not hard. You are just not working hard enough. That's the only thing that I believe in as well. Okay, CA is hard in the sense you have to spend, there is a volume gap. There is no talent that is going to stop doing this, right? It's not like an intelligent quotient. It's just that people have done it with 60% in undergrad. Okay, people who have failed, literally failed in 10th standard, have done CA in first attempt. People who haven't got a school rank have all India ranks in
Your
CA.
story is a very prominent one.
Yeah, I don't have a rank, but I still scored very less in 10th and I did pass CA, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not even an extreme example for that. There are very extreme examples for CA and people who are it's not like an intelligent question. Okay, CA is not very hard, but what you need to do is work harder. That's the thing that people miss out on.
Most CA coaching in India is surrounded by the fact, or is run by the idea that, the faculty is the hero, or is the messiah who is there to save you from the subjects, from ICAI's material. But you keep speaking about guided effort, where basically it is where the student is the hero. Correct? Is this the truth, or is this the reality, or is this the reality which the industry would not let it come to limelight? People are not ready to accept this as the reality.
I don't think this is the reality that people should follow, right? It's because it's easier to follow. Okay. In a room full of 100 people and I have one teacher, give an example, okay?
Okay.
And tell me what is easier. Option A, I just keep teaching and people just have to attend the session and just stay awake or just take notes and attend, and it's completely up to you. Or option B, where I have a teacher and students and I have to make the 100 people study, which is going to be harder. Obviously, option B. Because if we ask 100 people to study, it's immediately going to become 10. Because it is harder to study. That is the entire point, right? But if I choose option B, very less people are going to sign up to me. Because the student has to put in the hard work to pass.
Correct.
And if I just teach, I'm not accountable for the student's success. Option B talks more accountability. And thus we take option B as well, which is accountability. That is what I think as well. Like, it's not going to be just because one person, you don't just pass because of a teacher. You pass because of your own work. Any person who tells that if you come to me, you are going to pass is completely misguiding you. He'll help you pass, but he's not the only reason. At the end of the day, it's your own efforts that is going to help you pass. ICA is going to check your paper without even your name. Then what is the point of having a
very, very fair
messiah teacher, if you may put it that way?
The reason that I think that this happens is because of the glorious CA title associated with the entire course. And obviously, a student knows what he will get after achieving that title, what it does to him. But nobody talks about, the unglamorous, the monotonous journey that it takes to becoming a CA. So, what would you say to a student who is right now in this journey, who signed up looking for the CA title, but right now in the journey is going through the hardship, going through putting the efforts, and feels like I did not sign up for this. This is not what I thought or what I imagined it would be. What would you say to him?
Yeah, this
him
is
or her.
a common question I get these days. There are a lot of, to be honest, there are a lot of academies that brainwash students telling that CA is easy. And after they join, they tell CA is hard and show them the reality that this is how you should actually be studying. And people don't sign up for the hardship, and they're not told the truth, and they don't sign up for the hardship, right?
Correct.
But what makes the title this glorious is the person that you become in the journey. It's like Krishna says, like Dhoni says, even Virat Kohli says. Okay, the process is more important. The process of you becoming a chartered accountant is more valuable than the title itself. The journey that you put in to come back, right? Every time you face a failure in CA, the journey that it takes, the spirit that it takes to get back up and start studying again and clear that exam, that makes you a very different person. That builds resilience, that builds positive energy, that gives you hope that at one point, right, imagine a CA, even for myself, whenever I think something is impossible or something is getting hard, I came back when I failed CA, so this is not going to be a very difficult task is what I tell myself as well. And that's the essence that you have to build inside you, right? And that is what I think, more than the degree and the value of the degree, what I value even today is the journey that CA has given me and what it has made me as well.
The lessons that
Yeah.
you learned.
And I am not going to stick with CA's. Actually, CA is built or designed for a candidate to become an auditor. Completely designed. It's not built for an investment banker. It's not built for a consultant or whatever. It's
Finance professional.
built completely to be a auditor. Auditor, not an accountant. Auditor, right? So the course is built for an auditor, but it has the strength to build a lot of entrepreneurs, consultant, investment bankers, any person who can build value. Chartered accountant can be any person that gives value in any domain. And with the age of AI, right, what we need right now is a lot of generalists who can command or build agents or AI structures where things are getting done. No other profession is in that place or in a center point where operations, finance, management, supply chain, everything is connected to one role. And yeah, you could easily code right now with AI, right? And you can be the product manager. That is the hottest role right now, and that is where the world is headed to. I think chartered accountants are going to be, in the next 5 years, a lot of CAs are going to be product managers. I personally know around 4 to 5 CAs who are product managers today in Tamil Nadu, just in my circle. Okay.
Okay.
In 5 years, I'm going to see a lot of chartered accountants be product managers, because that is where the world is leading to, and chartered accountants are ripe to take up those spots right now. I don't think just auditors. We can crack any role right now. That is because of the process that we've been put through. We are not going to like any other person, right? They have not seen failure. Any A player has not seen a failure in his life. But for a player who is a chartered accountant, he would have easily seen 2 to 3 failures in his life. So he's not going to like stop for one failure, right?
Correct.
And many great things take failures. So when you are accustomed to coming back after a failure through CA, you are going to get a lot of things done in the real world.
Correct.
I think that journey is more important than the title.
Very fair. Because
In my early days as well, I did not want to put CA, K, Venkataramanan in my LinkedIn and whatever, okay?
the prefix.
Yeah, prefix. But after I started Focus and I did not put CA, people started asking if I didn't complete CA. Oh God. I only put up CA after one person asked, yeah, when did, so you didn't do CA? I didn't do CA. I completed CA. That's when, okay, so I have to at least show that I'm a CA.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
when I added. Still for me, I don't say the CA does not have any, the title does not have value. Only the hardship, the process that you go through makes the value of that
Makes
person.
the value.
I also feel that this is why, be it in any field, be it politics or entrepreneurship, of course, there are other professionals as well, like engineers or other professionals, but CAs fare well the most.
100%. I'll say 100%. And I'll also say one more thing. I'll just go ahead and say one more thing. This is the only reason people procrastinate and fail is because they don't know the reality. And you don't know the reality because you don't track daily. If you track, okay, what you've done in the day and not just go by the vibe of whether you've felt like you studied or you actually studied. Okay, if you skip the vibe and just go to what you actually did, you will actually know that you are lagging or you are ahead and plan accordingly. Reason why people waste their time, all of them have time. We have 3 months for every attempt. We also have 6 months for the final students. All of them waste, and it takes like 2 months to 3 months for them to realize that they haven't prepared.
Correct.
Is because they don't track. Tracking and like being accountable to your own plan or to someone is the essence of passing CA or making it anywhere.
Very true. Okay. You sell discipline, you sell structure.
Correct.
Okay. You said that you tried discipline, but it didn't work out for you. But are you selling this because you learned that maybe this is what I need to get there, or perhaps this was not there, which is why you couldn't get there the
Okay.
first time?
Yeah, two things. I'll first tell one thing. It's not that there are two fields of discipline, right? If you know what you should be doing, like repeatedly to pass or repeatedly to make it, you can continue just doing it without opening your eyes. But in my phase right now, I cannot just do one thing, right? I have to like keep exploring, keep doing things, or putting out fires, and I'm in a generalist role right now. But when I was as a student, initially, yes, I did lack the system. Okay, when my own friend, okay, got a system through another mentor and he cleared group 2, that is when I realized, okay, system is the thing that is stopping
Essential.
students from passing CA. You need the system, you need the accountability, you need the support environment to clear CA. And I had that with my mother and friends and everything. And at the end, I had to like build a system for myself to pass. So if I am able to do that for the upcoming students and people who are struggling to pass, that will be easier for everyone, and that will create a extremely big impact, right? That's
Correct.
what I was saying. If one student who did not have support got a support and passed immediately with the toughest group with auditing and everything, right? He is able to pass that. Imagine what I can do by supporting 1,000 plus students at the same time. That's the only thing I thought and started. I did not think like a teacher or whatever. I just started that I wanted to make students pass. what is the way out here? What can I do here? That is why we started, and system is the number one thing. You need a routine. You need to do it completely consistent. There are a lot of variable factors here, right? If I can figure it out, and this is a clear path. Almost everybody has to follow a similar. 90% of the students have to do a similar path here with CA, right?
Yeah.
If 90%, if I can build that system, and you just have to get in that horse and ride along with us, and that will help you pass. What is stopping anybody from building that system? That's why I started. That's the only
Core reason.
here.
Okay. Effort or stubbornness? Which do you think is more important, and what role do you think that talent has to play here?
Okay, I'll come to talent in the last.
Okay.
Effort and stubbornness first. Okay, I've seen a lot of stubborn people. Okay, but without effort and you're just stubborn, you can call yourself delusional, right? Without the effort, how do you think you can be stubborn that you can do it? But only if you start doing it, right? You have to put in that effort to get that stubbornness, deserve that stubbornness. You have to put
Very
that
true.
effort to deserve that stubbornness. Effort without stubbornness will make you depressed. Okay, you need that purpose.
Correct.
It has to go hand in hand. If you're just stubborn and say, I want it, but what will you do, bro? I won't study. That's not going to take you. But if you are going to study, you need that stubbornness. No, I will show up every single day. So for your efforts to capitalize, you need stubbornness. But for your stubbornness to make sense, you need to put in that effort.
Efforts. Very well said. You clearly care deeply about students, but there are times when you also have to make business decisions, like be it pricing or screening as to who gets in. So when business and your heart disagree, which side do you lean more towards?
I have a circle that I put in, okay. Like students pay, okay, the tutors get paid, I get paid. If I, in the sense company, focus the entire team, right?
Okay.
So only if all three wins, we need to have 3 wins here. Tutors need to get paid, the students need to pass, get worth of their bucks, right?
Yeah.
And we need to be able to sustain it. Only if the circle is able to complete itself, only then we'll be able to sustain it. Okay, if it was a one-time thing, either one of them can have a win and just go on. But if I have to build a sustainable system, there is no way in hell any one of this party fails. Every party in this equation has to be getting a win. Okay, they have to get a win. Who are the parties? Students. Students need to get quality education, quality support, quality resources. That is the only goal for them. They need to pass. Simple as that. Tutors need to get paid for that time. They have to be respected. They need to feel the impact that creating, and they need to be valued. Tutors, I mean the team. The third one is the team. We need to be paid for the time and the risk that we are putting in, and for the opportunity that we are building here. Okay, so there will never be a case where we'll have to if it is not going to benefit any one party, we'll not do it. Simple as that. We don't have to burn ourselves or burn the students or burn the tutors to do it. Of course, we've done times where we've given out free resources, we've given out free classes. That is the time where we'll not get paid. But at least students will know what we are doing and understand what we are doing, and eventually it will turn out we'll get students, right? That is one way to do it. That is the only equation where there is a win for us in the future at least. I'm not going to say we are an NGO. We are not an NGO. I want a win for every party. That is the most important thing for me. No tutor should feel that he's being exploited. No student should be feeling that he's being scammed. And none of our teammates are supposed to feel that they are getting underpaid. And of course, myself, I shouldn't feel depressed that I'm just being an unwanted hero here, right? So if it is not going to at least give a future win, we are not going to do it at least. The win should be between all three parties.
It should at least be possible.
Yeah. That is the only way I'm doing it. If not, it's a straight away no. Okay. We don't burn the students or the tutors or myself. Focus. I'm representing Focus. So we are part of Focus too. So now we are not going to burn ourselves to kulur kaya kodadu. Like in Tamil there's a saying, right? You don't burn yourself for the other person to be warm.
Fair. Very fair. So you, as in the team of Focus, you're building an institute which is focused on personalized attention, personalized coaching. But you also say that you want to reach at least 2 lakh students
100%.
by whatever the next 6 months or 1 year. But don't you think these goals are in, they don't go in tandem with
Contradictory.
each? Yeah,
Okay.
they are contradictory.
See, with the word personalized can easily be premiumized. Okay, instead of the 100 students or 50 students that we are doing, I could easily just increase the price and just make it 20 students, and everybody will get paid the same. I mean, even better. Okay, I could just do 20 students at a very higher price, and the tutors can get paid well, I can get paid well, and we can just stay put with that limited money or limited students and everything. But what I started with, I was a very passionate person that I wanted to democratize this personalized attention. Okay, I want the next 1 lakh students to pass. That was my only goal. I wanted this to reach 2 lakh students because the impact should flow. It is not just about personalized tutoring should not be a premiumized service. I wanted to democratize the personalized education. That was the only reason that we operate, and we are able to sustain this model. We are here for 2 years and it's working. Students are passing, tutors are staying with us, the team is also staying. So it's the triple win is here. So it is definitely not supposed to be a personalized, it should not be a premiumized service. It should be a personalized but democratized service. It might sound like we are running a government, but it is what it is. We have to build that system in such a way that all three parties at a scale are benefited. Of course, there are, if we are to cater 2 lakh students, right, we need 10 lakh professionals easily.
Correct.
In my opinion, we have the ecosystem, CMA, CS, and we at the advent of AI, right, we can build system. We do have systems already. You know that, okay, in place for what we are doing with the tutor sessions and everything. With that, I definitely think we can cater 2 lakh students and give them a very personalized experience wherein they are able to study in a better way. I simply have a metric. I ask this question. You can take up the last term series that we do, right? You can take up every podcast. I ask this question, and to every student that I speak, I ask this one question. I've been doing this for 2 years. Whatever you studied in the first class, how much time would it take if you studied it alone? The answer will always be mind-boggling. He would have done it in 4 to 5 hours in our class, and it would easily take double the time. I've heard insane answers as well. Whatever took them 3 hours with focus took them easily 12 hours alone.
Oh my God.
In the previous attempt. You experienced it yourself,
Yeah,
right?
I have.
With auditing and everything.
Yeah.
So that is the only metric I care about right now. Okay. If you can get it in less time and more effectiveness. Yeah, simply business studies, right? Simply strategic management, efficiency and effective. If you can do it efficiently, instead of 12 hours, if you can do it in 3 hours, and if you can do it effectively, doing it properly and studying it in a way that you are able to score marks in the exam, that is the best thing that you can get it done, and we are able to help you, help the students get it done. That's the only metric that I care about whenever I talk to any student. Let it be. Okay, just give me this answer. And it's a straightforward answer of they're able to get it done. Just imagine if I'm able to save 2/3 of their time in the prime of their life, okay, in 18 to 24, when you can save 6 months with focus, that's the win that I want. That's the only win we are working for. That's the impact we are able to create. If I can save you one attempt, that can change your...
Opportunity cost is huge.
Very high. After CA, you are going to get paid around 1 lakh a month. So, where is my 6 lakhs now? Just joking. But yeah, that's the opportunity cost we are working towards as well.
Fair. You got into this space of personalized coaching, mentorship, tutorship. Is there one person in your life who you know, who acted like a tutor or a mentor for you, who has impacted your way of thinking a lot?
Yeah, I'll just put it into phases, but the current space I'm right now, after CA, taking up this, my results came out on July 5.
Okay.
I started working with this person, I didn't work with this person, I started, joined him as a mentee, kind of something like that, right?
Okay.
In July 23 or something like that, in the early weeks of August, okay. Since then, I've grown multifolds as well, and my thoughts on execution, thoughts on everything changed.
Become clearer?
Yeah, completely. It became clearer, and I was able to see things as they were, and also put into things into proper perspective of how it can impact. I would have done, in the early stages, I would have done a lot of stupid stuff as well. if I didn't have somebody to lean on for that decision making, see, with life, with startups, almost entire break or make is your decision making. You can choose to do something or choose to not do something, and that can change your entire life. So I've leaned on for almost every major decision to my mentor. I think you know him already, Ambi Murthy from Alamaram Startup Incubator. He has been the guiding force for Focus as well. A lot of good decisions and bad decisions have bad decision has been stopped, of course. Sometimes he just lets me do whatever I want, and not
Make your
every
own
decision goes through
mistakes.
him.
Okay.
But whatever is like make or break or is extremely impactful, I take it up, and he has helped me so far. And almost the path we are right now, he's paved way for it, and I'm eternally grateful. And he's going to come. I'm not going to escape from this, and he's going to keep mentoring as well. And I think we made him a little proud already, but we're here to do better as well. Let's see.
Is there someone who believed in you in your journey before you believed in yourself?
Of course, my mother, like, even in attempts when I know I'd fail, I tell her, you don't have to like sit with me or like support, take care of me and everything. Just she's a chartered accountant, by the way, so
Okay.
she has her own practice to take care of and everything. So even during attempts I knew I'd fail, she just want me to push to that extent where I at least have some chance of getting
Clear.
something, even an exemption, even at least studying now, so that the next attempt you will have some leverage, right, if you study. So
Correct.
she still believed in me and like stayed. I think that paid off very big for me as well, and I'm
In
of course
building your
grateful.
confidence.
Whenever I gave up, this attempt is done and dusted, so I'm going to watch the series. So she'd come back and make me like understand why I should sit back and like study. That is something that actually helped me like get where I am right now. Without her, I don't think we've done anything now.
Have you ever had a friendship or a relationship, break because of your ambition, because they couldn't keep up with your ambition, your drive?
Yeah, I've had a lot of friendships that have gone that way. But once there was an exam, like my first attempt in intermediate, me and my friend like gave that exam, both groups. I passed one group and failed the other.
Okay.
They failed both the groups.
Okay.
I was very sad.
Very awkward situation.
She was supposed, they were supposed to be crying and everything, right? But they were having fun or didn't
You
mind.
were very chilled out.
But I was very sad that I failed the second group. Okay, so I was very
Not
much
the same frequency.
not at all in the same frequency. I was worried only about studying. Like I did not care about anything. I had to like pass. This is supposed to be my last attempt CA Inter. That was the only thing. I had to pass any cost. Okay, so for that group too.
Mm-hmm.
But the vibe was not the same. So I completely shut my stuff, shut my entire communication with anybody in the in my circle and started studying.
Which is fair. You
And
wanted to prioritize your goals.
prioritize my goals, and they did not take it in a good way. So a lot of friendships have gone south because
Many people
of
don't
my-
tend to accept other people's growth.
yeah, exactly that.
When they're down,
In a
they want to
different
pull
path.
others down as well.
Yeah, there is it's a different path to it, right?
Correct.
My
Very
choices are my choices, so it does not go
Correct.
that way. Yeah.
Very fair. What does Venkat look like when he's having a terrible day?
Probably in a chat shop, having dahi puri and dahi
Dahi
papdi
puri.
chaat, bel puri, something like that.
So dahi is like your comfort place.
Yeah, comfort thing. Yeah.
Okay. Do you have faith in like a superior power or
100%.
like the universe? Any sort of faith?
Yeah, 100%. I tell my friends, students, whoever it is as well. During my preparation phase, what I used to do, right? See, as CA students, everybody is very lonely. You are going to be with the four walls and the two books in front of you for the 12 hours or 14 waking hours, right?
Correct.
So you need that positivity. I'm not coming into the debate of who's the god or what is there a god or with theist or atheist or whatever. What I'm saying is, if you go to a temple, if you have that devotion, that gives you the belief that there is someone to help you out. And even if you don't believe in yourself, you can put that belief in the superior power, and that belief will at least reverse as a positive energy. So I had this slot. Okay, there was a temple very next to my house. Okay, 7:45 to 8 p.m. I like 7:30 I'll close the book, like refresh myself, and for 7:40 I'll have to reach the temple by 7:45. Like walking and everything, I have to get down, walk and go, right.
Okay.
It'll take that 5-10 minutes. Okay. I'll go to the temple. They'll have the Divardhana. They'll be doing the Divardhana at 7:55ish.
Okay.
So I'll go there, attend the Divardhana. Like they'll have a lot of deities there.
Okay.
So I'll go and pray to every god. I have to pass this attempt. So that's like an affirmation to myself, right? And that the temple is always known for positive energy.
Positive energies, correct.
Right, because everybody wants something good. Like whoever, imagine there are 100 people in the temple. All 100 people are going to be praying for something positive.
Positive.
So when you are around that positive energy, that is going to give you a boost.
Correct.
Okay, so that is I did this daily for 4 months, I think 3 to 4 months. I skipped the last 10 days of exam, the 10 days before exam, and also the exam days I didn't go. Some days I went whenever I felt a bit low or something like that. I went, but I did that consistently, and that does give you so much energy.
The compound effect.
Yeah,
of
compound
that much
effect.
Positivity.
Imagine repeating that I want to pass, right? That is going to at least help.
Correct.
You can put it these anyway. You can, even if you don't believe in superior power, you can take it as a reaffirmation and positive energy.
Correct. Manifestation.
Yeah, just because you can't see it does not mean I'm not going to get in the atheist
Okay.
thing, right? But there is, I do believe, and it does give you that energy.
Fair, very fair.
And you need that positive momentum to stick in this marathon.
Very true, because as you said,
It's a very, very long process and very hard,
long,
grueling
tedious, difficult
process,
journey.
right? So you need that positive energy to take this forward and win at the end of the day.
Very fair. What is one fear that you still carry with you, like you feel that I have not dealt with this yet inside?
Fear, the sense, like even during studies or as a student, right? Am I justifying the potential to am I justifying my potential right now? Am I studying to what I can?
My full extent.
Yeah, to the full extent that I can. That is something that I used to have.
Optimal utilization.
I got 50, but is that the best that I can get? I did 10 sums today, but is that the best that I can do today or any day? It's translating now into, we did so much, students, okay, so much tutoring, but is this the best that we can do? And even now we are, as this podcast goes, like even last month when we were talking, I was thinking, we are doing in Tamil Nadu, but is this the best that we can do? What is the
next step for us?
Forward? Or no, not the next step. I'm afraid that we are not doing to the best.
Okay.
That's the fear. Like, are we not realizing it? People are heaping praises on us, and I've like gone silent, or like I'm not reacting to any good things that I hear. I've lost the taste for hearing praises.
Praises.
Every time I hear a praise, I go, is this the best that we can do? That is like a
deep-seated fear that you have.
That we are not doing the best. But at this point, we are not doing the best, but we can do better. That is the thing. That has been from the student days till now. That does drive me, but also that is something I fear we are yet to reach. Today, as on today itself, we are not doing what we are able to do. But just because it is easy, right?
Correct. Okay, just following up on that question, have you ever had a student fail despite you doing everything right, the student doing everything right, but still something did not click and the student did not clear that attempt? How do you deal with that?
So, welcome to ICA. This is the first thing I hear. Welcome to CA. This is the first thing I say, and everybody also starts laughing. Even to yesterday, right, AFM paper, there was a CA final paper, AFM paper, that student scored around 80 something in the mock test, okay. But the paper was out of syllabus, the paper was really difficult. The first moment I pick up the phone, the student is crying. What am I supposed to do? Like, what is the student supposed to do?
Correct.
The paper was a bit tough.
Correct.
There were memes as well. It's not ICAI, ICAI. It's not ICAI. It's really tough. But what I tell them, I told the student as well, do what you can. Like, even in the 3 hours, what did you do? You picked up all the questions that you knew. You did that to your best. And that is the best that we can do. And you attended, gave your best for the questions you didn't know as well.
Correct.
Always focus on the controllable. If the results didn't go well, it's okay. We'll give it another time. Apply for reevaluation, but it's hopeless. Most of the time, 99 cases, the reevaluation is hopeless.
Yeah.
Probably get the paper and review it. Just like we do the RTI day and everything, right? RTI reviewing, we do that thing. And you can review the paper and probably get to know where you last mark. But there is no gain in like cribbing or screaming at ICA or at the point that you did not make it. You just have to like pick yourself back and get back to studying and ace the next attempt. You cannot be in the exam. If I had prepared like last time for this attempt, I would have passed because this attempt is a bit easier or is favorable to me.
Exactly.
You cannot have that regret, right?
Yeah.
Even for auditing, what I told the student yesterday was, today was tough, but the next time it will be easier. But if you don't prepare today, the easier paper will also be tougher and you'll regret that you didn't prepare for this.
Correct.
So you just have to not lose hope and just show up every single time and you will definitely pass. There is always light at the end of the tunnel. That is what
even I say this, like there are people who break down and get depressed and all. I say just cry, take 24 hours, cry it out, but after that don't think back.
Yeah, for the exam I told her simple, just stick to auditing right now. It's done. AFM is done. You just have to show up for auditing. What if auditing is easier and you didn't prepare in the 1.5 days and it becomes difficult just because you are still in the AFM hangover, right?
That is
moving on faster is the easier way to like succeed. Like you can show up faster, right?
Failing faster.
Yeah, that's more than failing. Moving on, how you react to the failure and showing up again with full energy. That is what matters really. How you react to failure is the burden to the next success probably. If you fail this time and you still showed up with 200% or even better than last time, you'll definitely pass the next time, right? You have a good chance.
Correct.
But if that dips, the effort you put in for the next exam or the next attempt dips, your efforts, your chances of passing automatically goes down. It's all a probability at the end of the day.
Correct.
You shouldn't let the emotion affect the equation
Outcome.
here.
Yeah. Fair.
There are a lot of students, but in the start of the conversation, I'll tell welcome to CA, and also at the end, at least you cannot do anything, so welcome to CA.
The only way out is through.
Focused on your controllables. Simple answer.
Very fair. What is the worst decision that till date you've made at Focus Edu or in Focus Edu? And I don't want like what you've learned from it or anything. I just want to understand. Would you go back and change that decision?
I wouldn't change any decisions at this point probably. I don't have any decision to change. Most of the time I don't remember most of my decisions as well. Okay. And I think fair enough working with me right now that I have a lot of ideas. I do a lot of execution, like it's not stereotypical ideas, right? We do things that are very different than a normal academy.
From
Who
the
has 2
industry
developers?
Exactly.
Which CA academy has 2 software developers in-house?
Correct.
And still has an LMS. That's another point. Okay, but one decision that I would go back on, or I don't go back, but it just it went south, to put it that way, was we launched something called Focus Buddy. Okay, on paper I'll just give you a pitch. There is something called body mirroring. Okay. If you want accountability, you just have to sit along with another person who also has the same goal, which is passing this attempt and studying at the right time, right? People used to do that with Google Meet. They turn on Google Meet and they like study. Just put it on mute, turn on the video, turn off the mic, and just study. Okay. If the other person is studying, what you think is they'll judge if I don't study, and you'll also study. But the point is, there is a game theory here that the other person will also think if I don't study, they will also judge if I don't study.
Correct.
Because most of the time it's strangers, right? So you are afraid of that judgment, and that fear of judgment will lead you to study. Okay, this worked very well for even myself. I did it in my academic time with another friend and public Discord group and everything. But when we did it as a paid service or like a very structured thing, okay, there are 2 students in the equation, then there is a moderator. If one student does not study, the other student will also not study. Like if the one person does not show up for that slot, if he has like booked like a 6 to 9 slot, and the other person shows up, the other person who showed up will also not study in that 6 to 9 because he was dependent on that person. And so just because one person made a mistake, that person, the other person who depended on that session and us got like brutally affected. Okay, and it was not anomaly. It was a regular instance.
Exactly.
People, if somebody else doesn't show up, the other person also doesn't study. And you cannot match. It's a very difficult network effect game. Okay.
It worked for you because you were the student.
Yeah,
You
no,
could
it will
count
work.
on yourself.
Yeah, 2 to 3 people, and you know for sure that the other person is going to
Yeah.
show up. It is going to be difficult. But
You
at
could count
scale,
on
it will
them.
not at all.
Exactly.
It was very difficult. I'm not going to say not at all. I'll also say this didn't work. We did it as a paid source just because of one thing. We need only serious students. How do we filter serious students? I cannot wait, give them a mock test and ask them to write. Only thing I could do was, if they are serious enough to try this out, they'll pay for it. Okay, that was very meager. That will not allow pay our bills or do anything justice to our time.
Okay.
We got the money. We got around 150 students.
Okay.
I saw day 4. The 4 days I was only working on like allotting students and like fire. I was
God.
putting out fire for 4 days.
Okay.
I knew there was a very big loophole here.
Loophole,
That if one student does not show up, the entire triangle is done.
Done.
It's like it falls like a pack of cards. Okay, not just if one student does not show up, 20 students fail. Like 20
Correct.
students does not study, right?
It's a waste of time
Yeah.
at the end of the day.
So what I did on day 5 or 6, okay, I put out a public thing like we are closing this
Closing
thing,
Focus Edu.
refunding focus. That was called a buddy program.
Okay.
We closed buddy program and refunded all of their money instantly. Okay. Funnier part was another faculty reached out to me and was like, "This is a very good idea. I will make this work." I told him the entire story. Bro, it is not like you think. No, it is very easy. You don't know about my students. He took it up and he's also getting bashed for that, I guess. So
Okay.
but this sounded very, very visionary or like.
Sounds good on paper. Obviously.
Yeah, it sounds very good on paper. Whenever I talk to someone, everybody does it, right? 1 or 2 students
Yeah.
studying together. Okay.
Exactly.
There are still libraries. There are online virtual libraries
Yeah.
where 30 people to 40 people study. But the accountability there is not so great.
Correct.
When it is 1-to-1 person, right? It's very great, and there are research paper which back this. I'll even send you those things if you want. Okay. But it's very difficult to do this at scale. I can get a study buddy for myself, but I cannot get it. I cannot make sure 100 people have a accountability study buddy, right? And they show up every single day. And another part, this concept, right? Somebody else was doing a venture-backed company based on this thing. They had a full app built. They had
We'll attach the research paper in the description below if you want.
yeah, they were doing this research. There was another company. It's called Focus Mate.
Oh.
In the US, they are a company.
What are they focused on?
Exactly what I told you, right? The mirroring.
Mirroring.
They'll
Student
match you another person who's doing some work.
Okay.
It's not for studies, it's for
work.
or something like that.
Okay.
But after a long time, I talked to a lot of people in the US and people working around that company.
Mm-hmm.
I recognized like the other person, right, was actually a paid intern who was showing up. It was actually not, it was bogus.
Okay. Yeah.
Real people will not, it was not working. The company is still operating with that model. They're getting paid. People like to pay for those things and don't show up.
But they're paying for one other person. They're just
That's
getting.
cheap, right?
Yeah.
You just, somebody's paying you to work.
Yeah, exactly. So you will show up.
Yeah.
At least.
So that's,
But here you're paying.
yeah, when 2 people are, they're paying, right? So it's not
Correct.
going to, it did not work out for us. I don't, probably I might try it later as well, but this took away like 2 weeks for us. We like spent 2 weeks to 2.5 weeks just doing this. We could have spent it on
Better
something
things.
else. Yeah, better things. That was a bad decision. Entire team was working on this. So yeah.
Okay. That was fun.
But if I don't do these kind of things, right?
We won't learn.
Yeah. Like AI was also a similar thing, but we have so much users right now. Around 5,000 users for an AI app which did not even put out 10 pieces of content on itself, right?
Mm-hmm.
We did not
talk
do much
something
marketing.
About the AI app, no?
Okay, we have caguru.ai. it's a product of Focus Edu. What we built is ICA resources, ICA exam papers, everything is the database. So any chat GPT you go to, it will give you the generalized answer, but with CA Guru, you get CA specific answers. If you want, try this question. Standard costing, the general norm all over the world is SQ of SQ. Okay, the quantity is based on SQ. But ICA standard is SQ of AQ. ChatGPT will argue with you that ICA is wrong. But if you go and tell it to ICA, you'll get 0 marks.
Exactly.
Imagine how many things there are that are like untouched
Correct.
with this, right?
Yeah,
This domain of things. So we built a CA LLM for this. And we currently have a doubt solver. We have an MCQ bot. We'll also come with a question generator very soon as well for descriptive questions. So with the MCQ bot, we have around 4,000 users right now, and a DAU of.
It's a great achievement.
Yeah, we've not done much of marketing for that as well, and it still has a very good progress to go on as well. Okay, but decent. We are doing a decent job with it. But if I had stopped not doing experiments like this, right, we wouldn't have CA Guru as well.
Correct.
CA Guru was also an experiment like Focus Buddy. It just took off. Focus Buddy Focus Buddy actually took off. Okay, we will never be able to sustain it. That's the problem. That is why we stopped it. That's all.
Fair. Is there a version of success that you envision for yourself where, if you look in the mirror at yourself, you'll be like, I cannot recognize myself. Maybe when you've touched this amount of money, revenue, or this level of fame or recognition, or you've raised this much of funding, any of that sort?
No. I'll tell you something. Thanks to CA, I learned this very early in my life and there is this quote as well for this. If you want something very badly, that will be your punishment. Okay. I think this is some Nazi quote only, but this is I resonate with this very much. If you are very obsessed with something, okay, like getting a rank and or passing in first attempt, okay, if you don't pass, that will become a very big problem mentally for you as well. And if you pass as well, there will be problems, right?
Of course, I know.
So if you, my only thing right now, what I operate is don't tie yourself with any goals.
Very fair.
Don't tie yourself, tie your identity to goals. Tie it up with processes, probably doing 100 things, like 100 sequence of things or something like that. Tie it to process, don't tie it to outcomes. My mother told me, even if you make 100 crores or even if you make 1,000 crores, you're still the same son to me. Is that what to say? Is that like she's scolding me or she's just telling me the truth, right? If you can change the tone and change it both ways.
Correct.
Money, it's not going to change the crux of who you are.
Correct.
Neither does, not just money, any kind of achievement or anything, right? It's not going to completely change
Who you
everything. Don't tie yourself to outcomes. That is something CA has taught me very well.
Okay. So we'll just have a small rapid fire sort of thing, okay? If today, I don't know why I'm asking this question, but I'll still ask. If you had to advise a 17-year-old today to pick either CA or MBA, which would you choose?
CA.
I'll
First
take
thing,
note,
you cannot ask me to choose MBA. Two things. CA, how much do you think actually you have to pay to become like the fees that ICA collects, right? It's 80K.
Yeah.
For education, like the courses and everything, 20K or 30K for foundation, another lakh for intermediate, okay, including the books, the everything and everything, okay, 1 lakh, okay, another lakh for final. I'll just throw up the number. It's not the accurate number, okay.
It's
People
actually
pay
way
very,
less.
no, way high. 1 lakh is very high, right, for final.
Okay.
For 1 lakh.
No, the actual is very less.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
What I'm saying is 3 lakhs plus 80K. Sorry, 2 lakh 30K plus 80K, right?
80K.
Somewhere around 3 lakh 10 to 3 lakh 50. Just taking talk on the PG and whatever.
Okay.
For 3 lakh 50, you are going to be placed at 9 LP to 12 LP is the basic margin, not even like first attempter.
Correct.
Okay, 9 lakh to 12 LP is like below average student placement. Okay,
Correct.
for a 3 lakh 50 course, that is like a extremely high ROI.
Yeah.
And the grind you go through this, that is also going to take up. The only problem with CA or CA versus MBA is if you don't pass CA, right, there are a lot of students who take 8 years to 9 years to take finish CA,
Yeah.
right? But with MBA, in 2 years you will finish.
Okay.
This is also a point where CA teaches you accountability.
Correct.
There are courses where you will not be held accountable for your actions.
True. Very
You
true.
will end, when the term ends,
You'll end. Exactly.
right, you will pass and it's over. But
Yeah.
with CA, only if you are ready, you are
Yeah,
done.
you're
Until
done.
you are ready, you have to keep studying.
Yeah, even I keep saying this. In other courses, it's difficult to get in, be it engineering, doctor, or whatever. It's very difficult to get in, but to get out, it's very easy. But CA, it's very democratic. You
Correct.
get in very easily, but getting out is based on
Very,
your
very
effort and
difficult.
merit.
Yeah. Until that's the only point with CA versus MBA, it will take you 6 to 8 years.
Yeah.
6 years is an average time to 6 to 8 years is the average time that a chartered accountant in average takes 6 to 8 years to become a chartered accountant. Like
Correct.
CA student takes 6 to 8 years to become a chartered accountant.
Okay. What is one book that changed the way you think or impacted you a lot?
Okay, not going to say any CA study material book, but
Obviously not.
there is this book called Elon Musk biography by I'm not exactly I don't remember the author's name. I just read this was the first week of COVID,
Okay.
and I was doing articleship back then. I did not have anything to do. Okay, because COVID struck, all my work was left off, and I started seeing the series, reading the books, whatever I did not take up. The first 2 days, this was somewhere in March 20 or 22, something like that. Okay, I picked up this book, and in the first 10 pages itself, Elon Musk says this one line: "If the world, all the smart people take up accounting, being a lawyer and doctor, then who's going to change the world?" That kind of triggered me and made me realize that just because you're good enough, you just don't have to stick to chartered accountancy or accounting per se or being an auditor. There are things that you can change, make things better. That impact, if we can do it, that's going to change the world and change our course as well, right? Our course in sense, my course of life. So that's how I started thinking beyond the regular CA practice, job and everything.
Okay. What is one very overrated advice usually given to CA students, according to you?
Conceptual clarity is everything. Conceptual clarity is just step one. Even if you have conceptual clarity, almost auditing, if you just take up any auditing chapter, it almost ends like check whether they have done it right. It's as simple as that, right? But
Correct.
you have to also remember the steps, the process and everything, wherein you have to remember this exact per se standard. That's when you get marks.
Correct.
And there is this argument, CA is a rot learning course. That's the major argument that people put against CA, right? I'll tell you why you are asked to memorize or why you are asked to build that muscle memory. Imagine you are an auditor, okay, and the course is designed for you to become an auditor. And a client comes and tells you a problem. Like I'm going to do this transaction. Is this correct or not? What is the right way to do it?
Okay.
And you as chartered accountant, you cannot just stick to one act. For that transaction, you have to check what income tax implications are there, GST implications are there, how it should be accounted, if it is a foreign transaction, FEMA, there are going to be 8 variables.
Correct.
How do you check that? And you cannot say, I'll tell it afterward, or you cannot say under income tax only this. You have to stick to, for you to recollect and give that context and make that decision, right? Give him that advice. You need to have that memory, strong memory. Correct. Strong memory for the strong advice. You have gone through all the acts and you have to give right. Of course, you can verify. It's not going to be on the spot for you to quote. But you need to make sure. Yeah.
Even to verify, you need
You need to know where there is right.
Exactly.
Yeah. So you need that memory. Or for whatever advice there is. Imagine if doctor said you cannot remember something. Sorry, bro. I don't remember what nerve I should cut here or what I should.
This chapter.
Yeah, it's going to be very difficult, right? Similar to, I'm not saying chartered accountants are equal to doctors. Doctors play with life. Chartered accountants play with a lot of people's life. It's as simple as that. But for some you to give a valuable advice or to make a right decision, you need all the information for any human being, and this information is knowledge here, and you need to remember that knowledge, and for that you are trained to remember things. Of course, ICA standard of evaluating that is just seeing whether you written as it is from the book. But the pretense of this is for you to remember, you will have to first understand.
Correct.
So ICA is saying just I'm going to check whether you wrote the entire book or not.
Correct.
So because their underlying assumption is that for you to remember, you would have already understood.
Correct.
So understanding is just step one. You have to solve the questions, face the problems without looking at the answer. And for theory part, you have to remember the keywords, section number and everything. At the end of the day, you are going to become a chartered accountant. Even now, if I don't remember professions, like some sections and everything, and some of my CA friends who are in practice, right, they just turn at me and like start staring. This is not my job, but as a chartered accountant, you are supposed to know everything from the act. So for that, memory is important, and yeah.
Okay, what is one thing that students do that, silently drives you crazy?
Don't solve the sums. They don't solve the sums. That's like, I'll ask this question like 3 to 4 times. They'll like feel very irritated, but have you studied that lesson? Yes, sir. Have you solved all the questions in that lesson? Yes, sir. Did you solve it on paper? No, sir. I solved only the important questions. Okay. The important questions, did you solve like you will be presenting in the exam? No, sir. I solved it roughly. This is like, and did you see the answer? Some students would have done all this. But did you solve it without looking at the answer? No, sir, I looked at the answer. Then it's going to be useless. This is where I tell you, right? Just because you studied for 9 hours, it does not mean you'll get marks. Only if you do the right kind of preparation, you're going to pass. Solving without knowing the answer, like looking at the answer, solving it like in the exam hall is only going to build muscle memory. And that muscle memory will only help you to write that answer within the time. People complain because paper is lengthy. But the paper is not lengthy. You have just not prepared adequate enough.
Correct. Okay. A tier 1 city or a tier 2 city for preparation and for articleship?
Preparation, any city. Like almost with the online thing going on, and you can take up the rank holders list. This time or almost all the other times, right? Top 3 ranks are never from Mumbai, Kolkata.
Chennai.
Rarely any like tier 1 city or metro cities, okay, come under the top 3 ranks. It's always the non-metro city or whatever. Okay, you never know the city's name wherever they get the rank. So it's not that if you stay in Chennai, you will not get a rank. It's just that it does not matter. The only thing that matters is preparation. Okay. But for articleship, it's quite different.
Okay.
The kind of work that you do, the exposure, the practice, depends on the companies that you work with. And most companies are in Chennai, are in Bangalore, are in Mumbai, the metro cities. So I'd prefer you do your education here, come back for your finals also here, but stick to bigger cities for exposure. I understand the tier 2 cities also have exposure. I'm not going to deny. But what is more important for you? If you want the tier 1 experience, you can definitely do it. But and also an overrated thing here is articleship. The 2 years, right? You can still get that experience after CA. I would prefer you get it during the articleship, but even if not, you can
Don't
still
fret about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. What is the biggest myth about running a startup?
You do things that you like. It's never like that. My friend told me there is this joke, it's like telling that I have fun all the time. But at the reality, I'm always doing the boring tasks, the uncomfortable task, and there is no, just because I do what I want, which is running the startup, it does not mean I do what I want. Most of my tasks right now are admin tasks or like low ROI. If I had been working somewhere, these tasks would be done by somebody else.
Someone else.
Like an admin. I just stick to my functional work.
Tasks.
But just because I'm running it, I have to take care of everything. Even if I hire for these tasks, still I am the one who's accountable for this.
Correct. If not Focus, then what for Venkat?
Another startup, probably.
Okay, so after Focus, what?
Another startup. I mean, after focus instance, like when the focus does not need me, and I
Yeah.
don't think it is very uh, long enough in probably 4 to 5 years, or 4 to 5 years or whatever. I don't think focus will need me. At that point, I'll have to move on to building another startup. But this time I'll do it in a niche industry where things cannot be disrupted easily, right? Where things are harder to do, we can figure that out and get things done easier. If we can make the same thing there, if we can make something efficient and effective, which with less money, time, and energy, you'll get paid heavy. That's how value is generated, and with value, get paid. So I'll probably take up another startup as well.
Okay. Okay. One final question before we wrap up the entire podcast. Let's say, 10 years down the line, there's a CA who is talking to his student or her student, and they're saying that there's this one line or something that, not focus, but something that you said that, changed their direction or changed how they think about their journey, like forever. It impacted them like really well. What would you want that one line or that something to be?
Take accountability for your own actions. That's simple as that.
Okay.
Every time during results, I wouldn't call on day one, definitely. On day two, I'll definitely call people in my circle, okay, or our students as well. I'll give them the most uncomfortable truth, which is that if they didn't make it right, it was because that they weren't prepared. It's not because ICA didn't give you marks, or the question paper was tough, or the academy is doing this, that. At the end of the day, you are the one who is accountable. You are accountable for your actions. Tell yourself the truth so that you can see the reality and get back up and change things. If you are going to stick to your lies, you will stay there. I have a friend who blocked me for 3 months because I told him that you failed because you didn't study. What he did was he unblocked, and before the next exam cycle, he called me. Okay, and we were just casually talking. I did not bring that up just to not rub it on his face or whatever. He itself told me by the end of the call, you are right. Just that I wasn't able to digest the fact. But I know it's very harsh and puts me in a pickle as well to have uncomfortable conversation. And I also know one more thing. Nobody is going to do that for anybody. So that is probably the best thing that I can do for anybody is showing them the mirror of reality and asking them to take accountability for their own actions. When you take accountability for your own actions, are like just accept that you can only focus on controllables, you will be able to move mountains without fretting. As I already told you, right, it's not going from failure to failure. It's from getting back from failure to still showing up the next time. How fast can you recover from a failure to showing up? That is the main ingredient to, main factor to being successful or not.
Okay. That's all the questions that I have.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Venkat, for your time.
Thank you so much for hosting, and we'll definitely do a lot more on more niche topics that we've already discussed.
Definitely.
We'll do that, and I had a good time as well. Great set of questions. Hope this put things in perspective and also helps students to prepare
Gain
better.
perspective.
Yeah. Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for
Thank you.
the time as well. Thank you.